If you want to be healthier, yet you just don't know what to do, all these shows telling you this and that, but nothing seems to work. Well, listen close. Golden State Media Concepts has got something great for you. The Health and Wellness Podcast dedicated to workout trends, healthy eating habits, diet, and everything about healthy living. Join us in our banters as we help you not just live life to the fullest, but live it to the healthiest.
Hey guys, and welcome to GSMC Health and Wellness Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Podcast Network. I'm your host, Cynthia, and as always, happy to be back recording another episode for you guys. I hope you all had a fantastic weekend, a productive weekend. I know my weekend was extremely productive. As we all know, protests are still happening all across the country, and I had the opportunity to participate at the Black Lives Matter protest that was held here in Sacramento this past Saturday. I marched alongside my 5 beautiful Black friends, and we marched, we chanted. It was 100% peaceful. It was beautiful energy. Everybody was being so nice. People were being so helpful, handing out water, free food to make sure that us protesters, the ones who were marching, were staying hydrated. Because we all know, well, not everyone, but if you've ever been to the Sacramento area or you're familiar with California's valley, it is extremely dry here. So, it was very nice that there were people there that were just looking out for one another. It was, like I said, beautiful energy. I am so glad that I went. I was pretty hesitant to go just because, we are in the middle of a global health pandemic still. And I was nervous that people weren't going to be wearing their masks. And luckily, every single person that I saw was wearing a mask. And there were actually people there who were handing out extra masks, including my friend. The sign that she was holding, there was on the back of the sign, it read, if you need a mask, ask me. And so she was handing out free masks. So overall, beautiful energy, beautiful protest. Most importantly, it was peaceful. I talked to a few ladies there who were part of the Black Lives Matter Sacramento organization, and they said that Saturday's protest was the largest protest I've ever seen in Sacramento within the last 20 years. So I'm just very happy and glad that I was able to be a part of it and voice my concerns and, just be part of creating change, of fighting racial injustices and inequality that still happens to this day in the United States. So I'm very glad that I was able to attend. And I was also, over the weekend educating myself. There are a few documentaries and movies on Netflix that you guys can watch today if you want to become more educated on, the Black experience here in the U.S. So I watched a documentary that was highly recommended called, I think it was called The 13th. I think just 13th. And it speaks about the 13th Amendment and how there's a loophole in there. I won't get too much into it right now because I want you guys to go see it. And it's about an hour and a half long documentary and packed with a lot of useful information that I wish I knew long before yesterday because I barely watched it yesterday. And I wish this was taught to me at a very much younger age. So I highly recommend watching The 13th. In addition, watch Malcolm X. I watched the 3-hour long movie. I know it's long. It's a long movie. I did not expect for the movie to be long, but it was so worth it. I learned a lot. it features Denzel Washington and Angela Bassett, and they play out, Malcolm X's life, how he became known as, the great speaker that he was in the civil rights movement. And to be honest, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I didn't know too much about Malcolm X. The first time I heard of his name pop up was Beyonce's Super Bowl performance, like in 2016, I believe. And that was the first time I heard about like Malcolm X, the Black Panther organization, all of that. So I'm glad that I watched the movie, and after the movie I did more research just to learn more on what he was advocating for the Black community. And I learned a lot over the weekend, and I got a little bit of insight of, the Black experience here in the U.S., something that I'll never ever experience because I'm simply just not Black. And that's not what we're here to talk about, but I just wanted to voice that with you guys, since that was what I have been doing since the last time I've talked on here. As you are able to tell by today's title, we're going to be discussing DIY projects, DIY spring cleaning, DIY cleaning supplies that you're able to do in the comfort of your own home with supplies that you may already have sitting around in your house. For those of you who are not familiar with what the acronym DIY stands for, it stands for do it yourself. There are many like do yourself projects posted all over Pinterest and all over YouTube. You can basically do a DIY for anything. You can do a DIY coffee table. You could do a DIY clothing, literally anything. Do it yourself. That's all DIY stands for. So I will be saying that acronym repeatedly throughout today's episode. So do not get confused when I mention it in today's episode. I know some of you guys are sitting there, reading the title like, what the heck does this mean? That's all DIY means. Do it yourself. So I know we're kind of wrapping up spring and, we're entering summer, but I had to come up with the, catchy little phrase for today's episode. So I still wanted to name this spring cleaning. I didn't want to call it summer cleaning. I mean, we are still technically in spring, right? Because summer doesn't start until like June 21st or June 22nd. I don't know. Anyway, DIY spring cleaning. All right. While it might be tempting to spray your whole place, your entire house with bleach, I mean, that makes things clean, right? Essentially, a lot of people think like, we got to disinfect with bleach. We got to do this with bleach, this with bleach. A lot of common household cleaning products are, including bleach, are actually pretty toxic to our health. Luckily, there are many alternatives out there. Ways to keep things fresh and sanitary. Why is this important? Why is it important that we learn about non-toxic ways to clean our households and our offices and our environments? A lot of things that we don't know is that our skin, like not just the skin on our face, but like literally our entire skin from head to toe, there are pores, and our pores literally inhale everything from our external environment. So our skin is inhaling the chemicals in our cleaning supplies and inhaling the bleach that we use to clean our bathtubs and so on. And it's not good for our long-term health. So that's why it's really important to find alternative ways to keep things fresh and clean in our house, but also non-toxic. And I'm going to keep it real with y'all. I haven't always been the best in finding alternative ways to keep things fresh and sanitary. I just recently started diving in and learning more ways into doing DIY spring cleaning. And actually I think the reason why I got interested was just last week, barely a week ago. I talked to my bosses here at the GSMC podcast network, and they were telling me some tips on some DIY DIY cleaning supplies that they have been creating at home since I guess we're still out of certain cleaning products in stores due to the COVID pandemic. And so that's really what when it's my interest sparked in DIY spring cleaning projects, DIY specifically DIY cleaning supplies. So just a little over a week ago, y'all, I really wasn't that engaged in the subject and I had very little knowledge. So after doing research over the past week, I'm very excited to share with you guys some of my findings. My findings are from the Environmental Protection Agency, and we'll talk more about that right after this commercial break.
Are you looking to learn more about the latest trends from the fitness world? Are you confused by all of the different trends that are out there? The GSMC Fitness Podcast is the place for you. The GSMC Fitness Podcast is the place to come for people of all skill and interest levels. Join us as we explore the latest trends in the fitness world. Does that new exercise really work? Should I try yoga? Whatever your question, chances are good you'll find an answer on the GSMC Fitness Podcast.
What's up, guys, and welcome back to GSMC Health and Wellness Podcast. So we just started to dive into the topic of DIY, do-it-yourself, spring cleaning, DIY cleaning supplies. And that's basically what the majority of today's episode is going to be focusing on. I'm going to be sharing with you guys some DIY, some very popular DIY cleaning recipes that you can create in the comfort of your own home with most of these items or ingredients you probably already have sitting at home. So it should be fairly inexpensive to make, and a lot of these items you already have at home. The Environmental Protection Agency ranks indoor air pollution among the top environmental dangers, and much of this pollution comes from common cleaning supplies, or what we'll call indoor pollutants. Like I said, I had very little knowledge about this, had very little engagement in this type of environmental wellness. I'm learning more about environmental wellness because it is so important, and it's one of the most important dimensions of wellness that I believe our society kind of doesn't talk about enough, doesn't shed light on it. I feel like recently some companies are starting to become more aware of, indoor pollutants and being a little more wary of that. So that's, again, why I want to highlight on today's episode. Immediate effects of exposure to these indoor pollutants can include headaches, dizziness, fatigue, and irritation of the eyes, nose, and throat, as well as exacerbated symptoms of asthma and other respiratory illnesses. And especially with COVID right now, any type of anything that heightens your respiratory illness is not good, including these cleaning supplies. A lot of times when I use certain cleaning supplies, I even tend to notice, I'm like, my eyes start to get really irritated. My nose starts to feel funny. So those are the signals that you should take as these pollutants are not good for my body. When you walk into a room, it shouldn't smell like bleach. Like straight up bleach is not good. These are the indoor pollutants I'm talking about. Long-term effects of these indoor pollutants following long or repeated exposure to indoor pollutants include respiratory diseases, heart disease, and even cancer. That is so scary, you guys. My family already has a history of heart disease, respiratory disease, so this is very alarming for me to, think about that cleaning my home can, in the long run, hurt my health. The indoor pollutants that can cause these reactions are so common that the EPA strongly recommends everyone improve the air quality of their home, regardless of whether symptoms are currently present. In other words, these pollutants are they're pretty whack, and it's ridiculous that they're included in our products and that many companies are still pushing these products, to use. So despite the consequences of exposure to indoor air pollutants, the government doesn't regulate or assess the safety or even the labeling, you guys, of the vast majority of cleaning products on the market. The EPA, meanwhile, only regulates cleaners that contain registered pesticides. This means that consumers are basically on their own when it comes to choosing safe cleaning products. It's a task that's way easier said than done. And if you want to, of reviews of the toxicity of 200 household cleaners, you guys can check out the Environmental Working Group's database. They have a whole list there of over 200 household cleaners with reviews of the toxicity. Luckily, chemical-laden cleaning products aren't the only means to keep a home sparkly clean. Non-toxic homemade cleaning products aren't only better for us, they can also help save us money and protect the environment. Making your own products cuts down on packaging waste and reduces the release of household chemicals that can contribute to air and water pollution. The best news? The majority of the most powerful cleaning products may well already be on our pantry shelves. So before we get to the cleaning, let's check out some of the most common and useful non-toxic cleaning products that, again, some of these you may already have just sitting at home. First one being baking soda. Baking soda is a pantry staple with proven virus-killing abilities that also effectively cleans, deodorizes, brightens, and cuts through grease and grime. I actually used to use there's baking soda toothpaste. A lot of people like the baking soda toothpaste because it does brighten your teeth and it tends to be healthier. Castile soap is another one. Castile soap is a style of soap that's made from 100% plant oils, meaning it uses no animal products or chemical detergents, which I'm surprised animal products are even used in cleaning supplies. Why? Why are animal products in cleaning supplies? That does not make sense. And that should not happen. That's not okay. Popularized by the Dr. Bronner's line of products, Castile cuts through grease and cleans. Another very popular cleaning item that you may already have at home is vinegar. Thanks to its acidity, vinegar is nothing short of a cleaning wonderkind. It effectively and, most importantly, gently eliminates grease, soap scum, and grime. Another popular item is lemon juice. Natural lemon juice annihilates mildew and mold, cuts through grease, and shines hard surfaces. It also smells awesome. Lemon. Hello? Another one is olive oil. I actually didn't know about olive oil. I typically just use olive oil, to cook with. So the fact that you're able to use olive oil also for cleaning purposes is amazing. Olive oil, this good for you cooking oil also works as a cleaner and polisher. Next, we have essential oils. I absolutely love essential oils, okay? Essential oils have been my thing. The very first product I've used, or when I started to stray away from fragrances. By the way, you guys, I know I'm kind of jumping all over the place because I have a lot of ideas coming in my head right now. But just an FYI, when you guys are shopping for lotions and shampoos, conditioners, I kind of talked about this a couple weeks ago or last week in my hair health episode. Stay away from labels that read fragrance. When you're reading the ingredient list and it just says fragrance, those are chemicals. Stay away from that. If you are someone who really cares about scent, you want to read essential oils. Essential oils should be in the label or in the ingredient list. And my favorite essential oil scent is eucalyptus. I love the eucalyptus scent. Eucalyptus is part of aromatherapy, and it's said to, that specific scent is said to be a stress reliever. And I absolutely agree. I actually use essential oil in my diffuser. I put the eucalyptus one, and I deal with anxiety. So I usually turn on my diffuser at night right before I'm going to go to bed, add some eucalyptus drops in there, and it literally makes my room smell amazing, and I'm able to sleep like a baby. Essential oils, they've gained popularity thanks to aromatherapy, but these naturally occurring plant compounds also make great scent additions to homemade cleaning products, particularly if you're not into the smell of vinegar, because vinegar is very strong. Essential oils are generally considered safe, but these extracts can trigger allergies, so keep this in mind when choosing scents. I'm very thankful I don't have really any allergies, so I've been using eucalyptus oil for many, many years, and no allergies have been triggered. I have heard, though, that we have to be careful with essential oils, particularly eucalyptus, because I think dogs can't smell too much of it. I read that somewhere. I don't know. You guys can fact check me. I don't want to just throw information at you guys. So essential oils, definitely keep this in mind. If you care about scents in your cleaning supplies, essential oils would be a great one to add. And then the final item or ingredient that you can use, that's one of the most useful non-toxic cleaning supplies, is borax. Many DIY cleaners tout borax, which is a boron mineral in salt, as a non-toxic alternative to mainstream cleaning products. However, the issue is pretty hotly debated. Some research suggests borax can act as a skin and eye irritant, and that it disrupts hormones. For this list, I guess we've chosen to avoid products that use borax. But just an FYI, some people do use borax or believe borax is a non-toxic, useful ingredient to use when creating DIY cleaning supplies. So you guys, I'm going to cut into a very brief break right now. When we come back, we're going to talk, or I'm going to share with you guys some of these DIY recipes. We'll be right back.
Tired of searching the vast jungle of podcasts? Now listen close and hear this out. There's a podcast network that covers just about everything that you've been searching. Hey! The Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network is here. Nothing less than a podcast bliss with endless hours of podcast coverage. From news, sports, music, fashion, cooking, entertainment, fantasy, football, and so much more. So stop lurking around and go straight out to the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network. Guaranteed to fill that podcast itch. Whatever it may be. Visit us at www.gsmcpodcast.com. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and download us on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Google Play.
What's up, guys, and welcome back to GSMC Health and Wellness Podcast. So in the previous segment, we started to introduce to you ingredients, non-toxic, natural ingredients that you may have sitting at home that you are able to use to create your own DIY non-toxic cleaning supplies. So I just want to make a really quick note, a note on mixing these products. Most of these ingredients that I talked about already can be used in combination with each other. However, many sources advise against mixing castile soap with vinegar or lemon juice. Since castile soap is basic, meaning it's high on the pH scale, and vinegar and lemons are acidic, the products basically cancel each other out when used in combination. Though it is fine to wash with a base like castile soap and rinse with an acid like vinegar. But again, it is suggested that you do not mix castile soap with vinegar or lemon juice because that just defeats the purpose. So all of these ingredients I listed, where can you use it? What surfaces can you use it? We're going to talk about it now. We're going to first talk about how to use these ingredients in the bathroom. First, specifically the toilet. Who likes even cleaning their toilet? I feel like I hate cleaning the toilet, but it's very much needed. It's very disgusting when you walk into someone's house and they have a nasty toilet or just a nasty bathroom in general. Like, I don't like walking into anyone's bathroom and seeing a clunk of hair sitting there, or like opening the toilet bowl and there's like disgustingness all around the rim. You guys feel me. And I'm gonna keep it all the way 100 with you guys. Most of these disgusting bathrooms are men's bathrooms. Yes, I said it. You can fight me in the comments. No, don't actually fight me, but seriously, like, I remember college going to all of these parties. I was going to all of these house parties, and whenever I had to use the bathroom, oh my God, I was so disgusted. I felt like I would catch a disease in there or something. So I'm not the biggest fan of cleaning the bathroom, but it's very much needed. So everyone, please, please, please clean your bathrooms, especially for the men. Clean your bathrooms when your lady comes over, or when your partner, your man comes over, whoever, okay? So toilets. For a heavy-duty toilet scrub that deodorizes while it cleans, pour half a cup of baking soda and about 10 drops of tea tree essential oil into the toilet. Add a 1/4 cup of vinegar to the bowl and scrub away while the mixture fizzes. For daily cleaning, fill a small spray bottle with vinegar, I'd say about 1 cup. Add a few drops of an essential oil of your choosing. I'd say like a lemon or tea tree, both work well. Spray on the toilet seats, let it sit for a few minutes, and then wipe the surface clean. Now, for your tub and shower. Tubs and showers can produce some of the toughest grime, but it's no match for the cleaning power of vinegar. Yes, vinegar. To get rid of mildew, spray pure white vinegar on the offending area. Let it sit for at least 30 minutes and then rinse with warm water. And don't be afraid to use a sponge if rinsing doesn't like clear away the grossness on its own. So definitely use a sponge if you want to get rid of everything thoroughly. Alternatively, try mixing together baking soda with a bit of liquid castile soap, then scrub and rinse. For daily cleaning in your tub and showers, or to get rid of soap scum, mix 1 part water with 1 part vinegar and a few drops of essential oils if you're not into the smell of vinegar, which I would do. Again, I would use lemon or tea tree. And mix all that in a spray bottle. Spray, let it sit for at least several minutes, and then wipe away. For disinfectant, skip the bleach, you guys. I know it's very easy to just grab the bleach when you're trying to disinfect, since bleach is a very extremely strong chemical and it will kill viruses and bacteria. But if you want to go the natural route, skip the bleach and make a homemade germ killer instead. Just mix 2 cups of water, 3 tablespoons of liquid soap, and 20 to 30 drops of tea tree oil, and voila, you have your own homemade, natural, non-toxic disinfectant. And then for an air freshener, defeat less visible bathroom uncleanliness with this homemade, non-toxic air freshener. All you need is baking soda, your favorite essential oil, and an old jar with a lid if you don't mind poking holes. Next, let's talk about hand soap. Once you're done cleaning the bathroom, it's time to make yourself clean, right? Because it's gross. You're cleaning your bathroom, you're cleaning your kitchen or whatever, and it's like you have all of those germs and bacteria sitting on you. So hand soap. Let's get ourselves clean, right? Or at least your hands. To make a non-toxic foaming hand soap, mix together liquid castile soap and water and an essential oil if you feel like it in a foaming soap dispenser. Fill about 1/5 of the bottle with soap and then top it off with water. For your kitchen now, let's discuss how to use these products in the kitchen, specifically your countertops. For a simple all-purpose counter cleaner, mix together equal parts vinegar and water in a spray bottle. If your countertop is made from marble, granite, or stone, skip the vinegar because its acidity is no good for these surfaces. So again, if your countertop is made from marble, granite, or stone, do not use vinegar. And use rubbing alcohol or the wondrous power of vodka instead. Yes, vodka. But I don't know if many of you guys would be into like wasting your alcoholic drinks on, cleaning your surface tops. Completely up to you. Next, cutting boards. How do we use these ingredients, these non-toxic natural ingredients to clean your cutting boards? Talk about non-toxic. All that's needed to clean and sanitize cutting boards, wood or plastic, is a lemon, you guys. A lemon. How simple is that? So you cut the lemon in half, you run it over the surfaces, let it sit for 10 minutes, and then rinse away. And if you need some serious scrubbing power, sprinkle some coarse or kosher salt over the board and then rub with half a lemon. Now, when I found this out, it was kind of weird to me, just because my entire cutting board would be smelling like lemon. So that one, I'm going to be real and honest with y'all. I don't think I would choose the non-toxic route for cleaning my cutting boards in that specific manner. Each to their own. Like I said, I may need to do more research on that, but I don't know how I feel about just rubbing lemon on my cutting board. Let me know in the comments how you feel about that, or if you've tried it. Does it work? Does it actually thoroughly clean your cutting boards? Let me know. Next, your oven. To clean stubborn, caked-on food out of the oven, just heat the oven to 125 degrees and grab your spray bottle of vinegar. Once the oven is warm, spray the caked-on stuff until it's lightly damp and then pour salt directly onto the affected areas. Turn off the oven, let it cool, and then use a wet towel to scrub away all the mess. If that doesn't cut it, follow the same instructions, but try using baking soda in place of salt. And just let it sit for a few minutes before scrubbing. Next, your garbage disposal. I feel like that is one of the things we tend to avoid with cleaning. And I say that including myself because I definitely do not clean my garbage disposal. So I may try this little trick out. This one is actually pretty cool. Pour 1 cup of vinegar into an ice cube tray and top off the slots with water. Once they're frozen, toss a few down the disposal and let it run. And doing so should remove any food that was stuck to the blades. So I'm definitely going to try that out. It's simple. It doesn't require me to scrub. It doesn't require me to get on my knees. It doesn't require any excessive work. It's simple. It's easy. You freeze them. You toss them. Boom. Who doesn't like that? Clean, effective, quick. I'm for that one. So I'm definitely going to try that garbage disposal one. Next thing to clean in your kitchen with these non-toxic ingredients is your microwave. It's easy to overlook the microwave while cleaning, but man, can it get gross in there. I remember getting in arguments with my roommates because we'd have each week we'd have a designated area in the house to clean. So one week, I would clean the kitchen. The next week, or I would clean the kitchen, and in that week, my other roommate would clean the bathroom. The other one was in charge of the living room, and the other one was in charge of the trash. And every time it was my turn to clean the microwave, it was absolutely disgusting because the week before they didn't clean it. So clean your microwaves, you guys. It's the same thing as a toilet, okay? don't avoid it. To combat the gunk, pour some vinegar into a small cup and mix in a little lemon juice. Exact amounts don't really matter, to be honest. Just kind of eyeball it. Put the cup in the microwave. Let the microwave run for 2 minutes and leave the door closed for several more minutes. Finally, open the door and simply wipe down all the sides with a warm cloth or sponge, and no scrubbing is required. Isn't it nice when you're cleaning and no scrubbing is required? Because the scrubbing is what makes me sweat. It makes me feel like I'm getting an arm workout. So I'm going to cut into a very brief break right now, you guys. And when we come back, I'm going to continue on listing more on what surface areas you are able to use these DIY cleaners on. We'll be right back.
The GSMC Life and Happiness podcast takes you on a journey of exploration. We'll discuss tried and true methods alongside the latest trends of how to best live your life to its fullest and happiest. From psychology to meditation, science to self-help books, the GSMC Life and Happiness podcast will help you to discover what makes you happy and how you can live life being the best you possible. Download the GSMC Life and Happiness podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google Play, or anywhere you find podcasts. Just type GSMC in the search bar.
What's up, guys, and welcome back to GSMC Health and Wellness Podcast. So we're going to continue on the conversation of other surface areas or things that you are able to clean your home with using these non-toxic ingredients. So how do we clean our sink drain with these ingredients? To unclog a stuffed up drain, start by boiling about 2 cups of water. Pour half a cup of baking soda into the drain and then add the water while it's still nice and hot. If that doesn't do the trick, follow the baking soda with half a cup of vinegar, cover it up tightly. A pot lid should work nicely, actually. Wait until the fizzing slows down. When baking soda and vinegar come in contact, they'll react by fizzing. So wait till the fizzing goes down and then add 1 gallon of boiling water. Then, how do you clean your pan degreaser? To cut through the grime on frying pans, simply apply some salt, no water is necessary, and scrub vigorously. Yes, that one seems like a little bit more work. I don't know how I feel about that one. Next, we have our cast iron pans. Kitchen professionals are pretty against using soap, steel wool, or dishwashers to clean cast iron pans. Luckily, there's an alternative way to tackle cast iron grossness, and you do so by combining olive oil and a teaspoon of coarse salt in the pan. Then you scrub with a stiff brush, rinse with hot water, and you're done. Next, how do you create your own dishwasher detergent? If you're lucky enough to have a dishwasher, because honestly, I'm Mexican, we didn't grow up with using a dishwasher, okay? My family, my mother specifically, agrees or believes that our dishes are thoroughly clean manually rather than dishwasher. And to be honest, I think the same way. I've never in my life used a dishwasher. I don't even know how to operate a dishwasher. So I feel like a lot of Latino families feel me on this one. Let me know in the comments if you use the dishwasher or you wash your dishes manually. I would definitely like to know and read the debate. So if you're lucky enough to have a dishwasher, simply mix together 1 cup of liquid castile soap and 1 cup of water. And optional, you can add 2 teaspoons of lemon juice if you like. And add that all in a quart-sized glass jar. Add some of the mixture to one detergent compartment of the dishwasher and then fill the other compartment with white vinegar. And then there you have your dishwasher detergent. Next is your own DIY dish soap. So for people like me who didn't grow up with a dishwasher, or you have one and you just add pots and pans in there like my family does, if washing dishes by hand is your thing, simply combine 1 cup of liquid cast-iron soap and 3 tablespoons of water, a few drops of essential oil just to, make it smell great. Add that all in a bottle of your choice and then shake well and then use like you would any other dish soap. And then there you have it. Next, your own DIY refrigerator cleaner. To clean what is perhaps the toughest of all the kitchen gross tops, reach for the baking soda. Add about half a cup of the white stuff to a bucket of hot water. Dip a clean rag in the mixture and use it to wipe down the fridge's insides. Next, bleach. So this one's going to be important because I know it's kind of hard to swap out bleach. We use bleach for like everything. So for serious disinfectant power, mix half a cup of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of cast-iron soap, and half a teaspoon of hydrogen peroxide. Use a cloth to apply the mixture to a wet surface, scrub, and then rinse thoroughly. Now, let's talk about how to use these products in the laundry room. So, how to create your own laundry detergent. It's tough to come by homemade laundry detergents that don't use borax, but give this one a try that I'm about to tell you guys. The recipe calls for glycerin soap, washing soda, baking soda, citric acid, and coarse salt. So for fabric softener now, skip the liquid fabric softener and make clothes nice and slugly the non-toxic way. Make a big batch of softener by adding 20 to 30 drops of the essential oil of your choice to a 1-gallon jug of white vinegar. Then add a 1/3 cup to each laundry load. Just be sure to shake the mixture prior to each use, obviously, so that, the white vinegar is not just sitting at the bottom. Now for the laundry scent. To add a fresh, clean scent to laundry, make a sachet stuffed with your favorite dried herbs. It could be lavender, peppermint, and lemon verbena are all great options. Toss it in the dryer while it's in use, and voila, customized non-toxic scent. And then for bleach, as far as clothes. For a non-toxic laundry bleach alternative, add some lemon juice to the rinse cycle. And then for the floors, for a simple, effective tile floor cleaner, simply combine 1 part white vinegar with 2 parts warm water in a bucket. Use a mop or a rag to scrub down the floors with the solution, and no need to rinse off. I will say that this is not recommended for wood floors, so if you have wood floors, do not try this method. For the walls, to scrub down walls, mix a 1/4 cup white vinegar with 1 quart of a warm water, then use a rag to scrub those walls down. To remove black marks, simply scrub at the spot with a little bit of baking soda. And then for windows and mirrors, for an all-purpose window cleaner, combine 1 part white vinegar with 4 parts. Feel free to add some lemon juice if you're feeling, citrusy. And then use a sponge or a rag to scrub away. For a furniture polish, for an all-purpose furniture polish, combine a 1/4 cup of vinegar with 3/4 of a cup olive oil and use a soft cloth to distribute the mixture over furniture. For wood furniture, or as an alternative to the first recipe, combine a 1/4 cup of lemon juice with a 1/4 cup of olive oil, then follow the same procedure. And for silver cleaner, put silver utensils and jewelry back to good use the non-toxic way. Line a sink or bucket with aluminum foil. Lay out the silver on top of the aluminum and pour in boiling water, 1 cup of baking soda, and a pinch of salt. Let it sit for several minutes and watch as like magic, the tarnish disappears. If you're concerned about immersing a particular item, simply rub it with toothpaste and a soft cloth. Rinse it with warm water and allow it to air dry. For wood cleaner, DIY wood cleaner. Clean varnished wood by combining 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 tablespoon of white vinegar, and a quart of warm water in a spray bottle. Spray onto wood and then dry with a soft cloth. And since olive oil can leave behind some slippery residue, this one might not be the best option for wood floors. Can you imagine that? Have you guys seen like videos on social media or like pranks, which I think are kind of messed up or are hilarious to watch, where people will rub like or put oil on their floor, olive oil specifically, and they'll call their friend over to like, oh my God, come over here. And they run and they just totally slide and eat SHIT on the ground. Oh, I would be so pissed if someone did that to me. If anybody did that to me, I would not be their friend anymore. I would completely cut them out of my eye. Snip, snip. We're no longer friends. Even if it's family. If my family did this to me, I would literally not ever speak to them again because that is so messed up. It looks like a painful fall. Let me know in the comments if you guys know exactly what I'm talking about when people like do this prank on others. It looks painful. So definitely, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about using olive oil for cleaning purposes, you guys, because it does leave a very slippery residue. I think that's like a safety hazard at that point. So I don't know if I'd use olive oil as my non-toxic cleaning route. So you guys, that's basically all of the recipes, DIY cleaning supplies, DIY cleaning recipes that you guys can create in the comfort of your own home using, these ingredients, non-toxic ingredients that you probably just have sitting there. To be honest, out of all of the 27 recipes, DIY cleaning recipes that I mentioned, I think my favorite one is the garbage disposal, where I just pour 1 cup of vinegar into an ice cube tray and then top it off with water. And then once it freezes, I just easily toss a few down in the disposal and let it run. And that should remove food that's stuck on the blades. Like, that is so easy. Like I said, it doesn't require any scrubbing on my part. It doesn't require any excessive effort into cleaning my garbage disposal. So I definitely think that one's my favorite one. And I'm definitely going to try that one because I know I have vinegar sitting at home. And again, this is white vinegar. This does not include apple cider vinegar. I'm not sure if you can use apple cider vinegar for cleaning purposes, but I think you can. I just personally don't know any recipes off the top of my head. I know apple cider vinegar has, it's a multi-purpose item. People use it in, they take those disgusting detox shots that I will never do. People use that for face masks. So I'm pretty sure you can also use it for cleaning supplies. Let me know in the comments if you guys have or know of any apple cider vinegar DIY cleaning recipes that you may know of. And also let me know in the comments which DIY cleaning product or cleaning recipe that I mentioned was your favorite and that you are willing to try. So you guys, I'm going to cut into another very brief break right now. When we come back, I'm going to share with you guys my let's see, what should I call this? I'm barely starting this this week. My favorite health and wellness product that I have been using over the past week. We'll be right back.
Are you tired of the same old news? Are you sick of the seemingly endless political spin and negativity? The GSMC America Still Beautiful podcast is a weekly news podcast covering all the top positive and uplifting news stories. We cover stories that will inspire, uplift, and remind you of the good in the world. Tune into the Golden State Media Concepts America Still Beautiful podcast to get all the great and positive news stories of today. Download the GSMC America Still Beautiful podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google Play, or anywhere you find podcasts. Just type GSMC in the search bar.
What's up, guys, and welcome back to GSMC Health and Wellness Podcast. So I think I'm going to start this new thing every week where I kind of share with you guys the latest health and wellness or fitness related product that I have been loving and have been using and want to share with you guys. So this week's health and wellness favorite product of mine is a whipped body butter. And it's from this small business owner. Her brand is called Corey's Care. K-O-R-E-E and then care with the K. Corey's Care. And I found her small business via Twitter. As we all know, with the current Black Lives Matter movement, many people are now gearing towards spending their money in supporting Black-owned businesses, including myself. So I was researching Black-owned businesses that I can support, and I came across this one, Corey's Care. The founder, she is a college student from Virginia, and I want to read to you guys some of her values, her core values, and I was in need of like lotion or body butter. So this came in perfect time, but really her values are what stuck out to me and are the main reason why I spent almost $30 in buying an 8-ounce body butter from her company. And her core values, the first one is that it's cruelty free. Her body butters that she makes, they do not test on products or animals or source from companies who do so. And she believes in the fair treatment of every being, and I love that. Next, these whipped body butters are organic. She believes in providing her customers with the healthiest products on the market. This means not sourcing from manufacturers who use chemical pesticides, fertilizers, or other artificial agents that can cause serious health issues, which I think are highly relatable to today's topic, which is the DIY, making sure we stay away from those toxic chemicals in our products and indoor pollutants. So I love that her brand is very aware of that. And she even says here on her website, she says, we like our products like we like our people, non-toxic. Next thing, Corey's Care. It's Black owned and operated. She says she believes that investing in her own community is the only way to escape modern oppressive systems and to create generational wealth within the Black community. And again, I want to support that. And this one in specific is one that really caught my attention because zero waste packaging, I feel like, is very hard to minimize our packaging, and many companies are vigilant of their waste. And every day, approximately 8 million pieces of plastic pollution ends up in the ocean. By 2050, the oceans are likely to have more plastic than sea life, and that's absolutely sad. So Corey's Care, they're trying to reverse these statistics by encouraging a market for zero waste products. Her products are also vegan. Every day, around 3 billion animals are murdered for human consumption, and she believes that no sentient being should have to lose their life for the pleasure of another. So no animal products were used in her products. And this is handmade. The body butters are handmade. She believes in providing her customers with the best products on the market. And this all started in the kitchen, and she plans to keep it that way for as long as possible. So when you buy from a small business, it's very helpful instead of buying from like these big corporations that already make billions and billions of dollars. And last but not least, it's female operated and owned. So I love it's female owned, Black owned, handmade, vegan. She believes in zero waste packaging. It's organic, cruelty free. I mean, what more can I ask for? And even better, she has this like container ice pack return policy. So at Corey's Care, she's committed to encouraging a market for more sustainable products. And in order to achieve this, she believes that we must set an appropriate example. So every purchase, she says to feel free to return the container and ice packs to use to be thoroughly sanitized and reused in exchange for 10% discount on the next purchase. So once I'm done using the tub, I return it to her and get a 10% discount. And I love that. I absolutely love that she's able to do that and encourage, the zero waste packaging movement. And she just is encouraging her consumers to not throw away after use, as it is metal and can be reused countless times. So I love just everything that her company stands for, and the different whipped body butters that she uses. The scents are lemon cream, lemon wood, lavender blossom, and she even has an unscented one, which is very safe for babies, or if you're someone who just doesn't care for scented lotions or body butters, you can go for that one. And really what caught my attention as well is a very short ingredient list that she uses. And basically that's how I eyeball the ingredient list. Like, the shorter the list, the better. The less ingredients, the better. And I ordered the lemon cream because that was the most popular scent. And she uses shea butter, mango butter, jojoba oil, lemon essential oil, and vitamin E oil. And she states that all of the essential oils are 100% skin safe and are diluted to create a barrier for the skin to avoid any irritation. And I love it. So I'm very excited. Actually, my lemon cream whipped body butter just came in today, and I'm super excited to use it. And again, I'm supporting a small business, a Black-owned business, and I just really support everything that the founder stands for, and I will continue to support. So you guys, that is my health and wellness, my health and wellness pick of the week. I hope you guys enjoyed everything that I had to discuss on today's episode here at the GSMC Health and Wellness Podcast. If you liked what I had discussed, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, all of that good stuff, because that tremendously helps the show. And I'll catch you guys here for the next one.
You've been listening to the Golden State Media Concepts Health and Wellness Podcast, part of the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network. You can find this show and others like it at www.gsmcpodcast.com. Download our podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, and Google Play. Just type in GSMC to find all the shows from the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network, from movies to music, from sports to entertainment, and even weird news. You can also follow us on Twitter and on Facebook. Thank you, and we hope you have enjoyed today's program.